Hello, my name is Jamesia Price, and this is my presentation on virtual teaching and learning through diverse platforms for EDU 658. And today's date is September the 20th, 2020. I need everyone to get a piece of paper. It can be a recycled paper, newspaper, brand new sheet of paper, old sales paper, any piece of paper that you may like. And now I need you to write down the number of years that you have been working in the field of education. Now, some of you may have wrote this is your first year, your third year, your fourth year, your fifth year, your sixth year, your eighth year, your 10th year, your 15th year, your 18th year, your 20th year, your 21st year, your 25th year, your 28th year. What number did you write? Now, what I need for you to do is ball that paper up and toss it in your nearest trash can. And that's simply because this is each of us, this is our first year teaching and working in a virtual space, especially for primary education. Virtual learning. Virtual learning is just a web-based platform. Usually, educational institution hands out or have a designated platform where they upload the course of study for the students. So basically, virtual teaching and learning is through the internet or some type of software where it's not in the traditional classroom setting. And of course, we know now our new way of living or transitioning into virtual teaching and learning for the primary grades is due to COVID. There are different types of virtual learning: computer-based, internet-based, remote teacher outline, blended learning, and facilitated virtual learning. Computer-based. Computer-based is instructions not provided by the teacher. The instruction is installed in the software onto the computer, and it meets the diverse needs of individualized instruction for each student. So computer-based is strictly focused on students' individualized needs. Internet-based. It provides instructions through the web stored in a remote server. So that's basically instruction delivered through internet, which requires connection. Remote teacher outline. The instruction is provided by a teacher. However, the student and teacher is not in the traditional classroom setting, or they're not communicating face to face, which the teacher is remotely presenting the lesson online, and the student is receiving it from wherever he or she might be. So the remote teaching process is the interaction through the internet, through videos, online forums, emails, instant messages, etc. However, the student and the teachers are not in the same space. It is done through online. Blended learning. Blended learning is the combination of face-to-face instruction and direct teaching with computer-based, internet-based, or remote teacher online instruction, which it means is the traditional setting. Also, it incorporates one of the other types of virtual learning. A good example of the blended learning is when we take courses at free. Well, when we took courses at Free Hardeman, some of us was enrolled in an online course, and some of us went in to the traditional classroom setting, or even both. If we took a course and it was stationed to be on site, however, some days we would participate in class through online on the online platform. Facilitated virtual learning is supplemented by a human facilitator. The facilitator does not, I repeat, does not have a direct instruction to the students. It assists the students in the learning process, which provides additional assistance. For an example, tutoring students is an example of the facilitated virtual learning. Anywhere, anytime, or any place. These are key pros to virtual learning, and that is increased flexibility, ease of access, more affordable, synergy, student-centered, access to resources, creative thinking, high accountability levels. With increased flexibility, it gives not only teachers and students, but also staff members to be able to engage in the learning process from their own personal environment. For an example, being in work but working from home, that is a flexible component, and vice versa for students learning from home. Ease of access. The ease of access component is having a way to quickly access the platform, which is designated by the school or the teacher or the board. With ease access, an example of ease access will be having a direct link, not being difficult to navigate to the meeting or to the class in which the student is required to be in. Student-centered. The student-centered component is another one. The student-centered, it addresses the students' individualized needs. It's all about the students and what they need in their development. Creative teaching. We will discuss creative teaching later on in the presentation, which it is ways to be creative in teaching through your virtual designated platform. And most importantly, through virtual learning, it puts a high accountability levels out foremost. Not only accountability levels for teachers, staff, faculties, and students, but also it requires high accountability levels for parents, especially those parents who have younger learners. Oh, wait. And as we all know, everything that has a pro, it has something that could be improved. And through virtual learning, there are key components that could be improved to enhance it. And those things that could be improved are technology. Virtual learning limits social interaction. In some cases, students' work is not authentic. Issues of computer literacy, limited time to providing special education services, disruptive environments, lack classroom management control, and teacher reward systems are limited. With technology is something that can be strengthened because technology, as we know, no one is perfect, and through technology there are always downsides to it. For an example, going to a building and the Wi-Fi connection is down, or what if you are an educator and the technology device that was provided to you is outdated, or the software is outdated. And even having an updated device, but the device moves very slowly. There are two things on this slide that impact, I believe, me the most as an early childhood educator, and that is limited social interaction and student work samples being not being authentic. And with the limited social interaction, of course, working with the younger learners, that is very important. However, I try to incorporate meetings and times virtually where we get to share our likes, dislikes, letting the children see my face as often as possible, and not only with the social interaction with the teacher, but also the social interaction with their peers. The virtual learning component this year has forced us to do things online. However, the students are missing their interaction with their peers and developing their social and emotional needs, which I read an article on Friday that the platform that's designated that we will talk about further down in the presentation has incorporated a social and emotional component to our platform. So I'm looking forward to that. The unauthentic student work. And with the unauthentic student work, already we have completed our first week thus far. And when we're in our whole group or small group instructions or individualized teachings, myself and other colleagues have witnessed parents providing the answers for the students, and that's not giving us a holistic view of what the students actually need and what we need to do to meet those needs. So we're in a battle with that currently. It's for parents to be knowledgeable of that. Them completing the student work is not only hurting the students, but is hindering the educators to present those skills and assistance that we deliver in a traditional classroom setting to help the students so their development grow and not be at a standstill. And another one, I apologize, is the disruptive environments. We have witnessed also, you may have seen yourselves that the environments, sometimes they are not in that quiet learning space or language that individuals, not just the parents, but people that might be in their home use loud music in the background, things of that nature. Those are the downside to virtual learning. Diverse platforms. Diverse platforms with virtual learning communication. Microsoft Teams. This is the app for Microsoft Teams. Zoom video communication. It's simply just Zoom. Seesaw. Canvas. WizIQ. Learn Worlds, Class Dojo. And there are a plethora now of virtual classroom platforms, but it's up to your district or the teacher to identify which platforms work best for them. And also Google Hangout and Google Classrooms. It's up to the educator to decide which platform works best. There are numerous platforms out there. It all depends on your goal and your objective and the purpose of your virtual classroom method. With that, some platforms are synchronous and asynchronous platforms. So you have to know which target you want to put foremost for your learning platform. Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams is the platform that we will be looking at for this presentation. It is the platform that we are currently using in my district. And Microsoft Teams is a business-oriented communication and collaboration platform that combines workplace, chat, video meetings, file storage, and application integration. Let's get started. When you go to Microsoft Teams, you will simply go to your browser and you will type in Microsoft Teams. You can sign up for free. That's the positive. That's the pro to Microsoft Teams. Unlike some platforms, Microsoft Teams is free of charge. So you can sign up for free, or you can simply log in by utilizing your email. And when you sign in, when you create a Microsoft Teams, you'll input your email here, and once you click next, you will create a password, and your Microsoft Teams account will be created by a simple email address. And if you already have a Microsoft account, you can utilize that account to set up your Teams as well. The key tabs with Microsoft Teams: it is the Activity tab, the Chat tab, the Teams tab, the Assignments tab, the Calendar tab, Make Calls tab, File tabs, and there are 3 dots at the bottom, which it allows you to download apps, and it is the help feature if you may have questions. The Activity tab gives you the background of your Teams account. Every meeting you have been conducted in, every message, all those posts are shown in the Activity tab. So it gives you an overview, your background of the teams that you have participated in. The Chat tab, similarly to the Activity tab, the Chat tab is all of your messages that you have been participating in are on that tab space. Your Teams tab is a list of all the teams that you are a part of. For an example, I probably have a tab, the Pre-K tab. Next, I can have the Cluster tab. So there are diverse teams, and on that Teams tab, it shows you, it's in the shape of a square, of each team that you are a part of. Is listed under that tab. And no Teams tab usually is the same. The Assignment tab. The Assignment tab is just the tab that allows you to create and check assignments that you have sent out. The Calendar tab. The Calendar tab gives you each team meeting that you are assigned, or you have assigned the date and the time. The Make Calls tab is a dial pad where you can call your contacts within your Microsoft Teams through the app. The File tab, that gives you a space to view your downloadable documents that you have downloaded previously, or you have uploaded into your designated team tab that you want to work with. The additional tab is the downloadable apps. So if you want to download Kahoot to one of your teams, that's where you'll go to do that. If you want to download YouTube or any app that you can think of, you will type that app into the search bar and that'll pop up. The help feature, it's a circle with a question mark in the inside, and you click that feature to navigate through whatever question that you may have or need assistance through accessing or guiding you through your Microsoft Teams account. Here is a Microsoft Teams account. It is my personal account, but I have I blacked out some of the title of some of my teams, just to make sure that any confidential information that's in the midst of any topic or title, I can make sure that I keep that information private. This is my actual team account, and right here, this is just these are the different teams that I am a part of thus far. some people have 75 teams they are a part of one team. The number of teams are wide range, and I think you can accept to as many as you would like through Microsoft Teams. But here are those tabs that we previously discussed: the activity, chat, teams, assignment, calendar, calls, files, and this is the additional tabs where downloadable apps and help is located as well. So this is my school teams. So this is the staff. Every individual that works at my school is a part of this team. The PT team. This is a team that's designated for my previous instructional advisor and technology assistants. This team right here, this team is actually my classroom. This is my virtual pre-K classroom. I'm a part of another team here. And as you can see, this is my cluster teams tab and another important team that I am a part of. If you can look here, these three dots here, this gives you your meeting details. So if you click up here, that provides you your meeting details. It gives you an overview of your teams that you want to click on. Starting a team. Starting a team, you select the team. Team is located on the left rear. The view for your team is located on the left side. On some devices, sometimes it will be centered at the top right. It only depends on the device you are utilizing at the moment. You will select join or create a team. Create a new team. Then you will select your target audience. This is your different teams type. You have class, professional learning, staff, and other. And for this purpose of this presentation, we are going to look at creating a class. Creating a class. Next, you will enter a name and an optional description for your team. For an example, the name of my classroom team is Miss Price, Mr. White, and Miss Pope pre-K classroom. So that's Miss Price, the teacher, Mr. White, the assistant, and Miss Pope, the floater. And as you can see on the device that I'm using currently, Create or Join a Team is located at the top right. And that's what you will click right here. Create, join a team at the top right. Creating a meeting. When you want to create a meeting, you will simply click the down arrow box. Select schedule a meeting. When you create a meeting, you want to ensure that you schedule a meeting. Meet Now is only for meetings that you have previously assigned to or scheduled. So Meet Now takes you to the direct meeting that you already have scheduled. So when you're creating a meeting, it is important that you schedule a meeting first. You have to schedule a meeting. Here's the overview of scheduling a meeting. So you have the details. You select your time zone, title, and you add require attendees. So here at this section, when you add require attendees, you can search by student's first last name. their ID or power school numbers. In addition to that, you have optional attendees, and with optional attendees, I ensure that I input each parent email address that they have notated on file. Next, you schedule a day and time. A day and time. Also, you can give a description here at the bottom of the meeting, so you can tell the attendee what the meeting would consist of. So once you select all attendees you want for the meeting, you simply send the message. You send the invite. Remember, it's your choice when scheduling a meeting. When scheduling a meeting, you have invitation options. You have invitation options. So you have on the previous slide with scheduling a meeting, it was a recycle sign or cycle sign here. And on one of the meetings, it has does not repeat. However, if you know that this is going to be your predominantly the main virtual classroom that you will be accessing on a daily basis, it's a suggestion that you make sure you click every weekday, Monday through Friday, with your designated times. So you can customize your meeting options. You have daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, or custom, like if you want to do it every Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursdays. So you can customize that with any option, but it is important that you make sure that you input the start and end time. With scheduling a meeting, you can view your meeting details. In the meeting details, you have join meeting, and the link is available there, as well as you can allow the participants to bypass the waiting room. The waiting room is if a student or a parent sign in early, they are on hold until you start your meeting. But if they bypass that waiting room, they are allowed to wait in the waiting room until you arrive as well. Taking your virtual classroom and ensuring through the meeting details that you bypass the waiting room, it provides your principals, your PLC coach, your instructional advisor, it provides them that access to view your virtual classroom without being on a long hold, because it can be difficult trying to complete your lesson virtual space, but you have somebody in the waiting room that's trying to get in, which requires individuals to have more than one technology device. With more than one technology device, you can share your screen on one and omit participants in the other if you do not bypass the waiting room option in your meeting details. Microsoft Teams, vital features. So with Microsoft Teams, when you join a meeting, you have the option for your video camera to be on or off, as well as your audio. So when joining in a meeting, you want to ensure that your video is off, your mic is off. The box with the arrow pointing up, this is the option to share your screen. This is the option to share your screen. And we will get additional training with that coming shortly. The 3 tabs inform you of your meeting details, and these are the 3 tabs here. With that, you can create polls where you can take vote. You can create work items, create issue. You can add comments as well, save messages, mark unread messages, turn off your notifications. If you don't turn off your notifications in some meetings, it will allow numerous messages just to randomly pop in while you're presenting your information to your students or staff. Next, you have the raise hand feature. The raise hand feature is for individual or attendees in the meeting to simply raise their hand if they have a comment, question, or concern. And the presenter could see on your screen when an individual is raising their hand by looking at the attendees tab. And this is the attendees tab. And the text message box, this is the chat feature. The chat feature allows you to communicate with the attendees while not interrupting your virtual classroom online. Through the Teams tab or the Attendees tab right here, the Attendees tab, the individuals who are in your meeting, this will pop up. People, this will tell you everyone who is in your meeting. With that, you can click the three dots right here. You can manage permission, who come in and out of the meeting, and download the attendance list. This is very critical because as educators, we have to ensure, even though we are in a virtual space, that we collect or take attendance. And through Microsoft Teams, once the individuals sign in, the attendance list provides that information for you. Not only does it get their name, but it get their time and manage the times that they sign in and out. Microsoft Teams. It's up to you, the creativity level of your virtual classroom. With that, I'm going to share my screen with you all. And I'm going to come out of this one and I will go to an actual Teams so we can have that hands-on, just a quick overview so you all can see exactly what it is that I am discussing. Microsoft Teams, I simply go to Google. Right here, the first one, chat features and meetings. Here's, you can sign up for free or sign in. That's all the information we just discussed. And let's sign in. So we instantly went to my Teams, and this is my pre-K classroom. And as you see, these are the posts that I have made within my virtual classroom space since the beginning. As well, you can upload your class materials, find help and training for your designated class if you have questions. Here's the Meet Now feature at the top here. Drop down, that's the Meet Now if I wanted to meet in a classroom space, or I can schedule a meeting. Bitmoji. Remember that the creativity level for your virtual classroom is yours. And one thing that I have incorporated into my virtual classroom space is the Bitmoji Classroom app. This is the app. You can download it at your Play Store or your Apple Store, and this app is free. The Bitmoji app is a cartoon version of yourself. You create it. It has various body types, eye color, facial features, hairstyles. It's a simple service that allows you to be creative and create your own avatar to get more engagement with the students. And the students can create one as well that you can incorporate into your virtual classroom space. And this is my Bitmoji. for my virtual classroom. When you download Bitmoji, you cannot just download Bitmoji and copy and paste it to your Microsoft Teams. With working with Bitmoji, a good additional platform of piece is the Google Slides. Google Slides is a free app that will allow you to be creative as possible when you create your virtual classroom while incorporating diverse applications. So Google Slides is the main app. It's the meat of the course with creating virtual classroom space, and the Bitmoji is the side to making that virtual classroom space creative. So here is a copy of my virtual classroom. That's the introduction. So with the introduction to my classroom space here, you see that I have a video. And with that video, every morning we play our morning song. Is played for approximately 5 minutes to give our kids up and energized high. And again, this is my Bitmoji. This is another teacher, the other teacher in the room, and this is the floater of the room. And we all created Bitmojis to just give the students a creative or engaging eye concept for our early learners. So with that, it takes you to it if you like, but if not, that is an overview of my virtual classroom. I'm sorry. And that's with the Bitmoji app incorporated. The Bitmoji, remember, it's only a cartoon avatar of yourself. And not only is it a cartoon avatar of yourself, but it's a cartoon avatar that shows, or it has diverse feelings or activities. So if I wanted to have an avatar myself in art class, I can have an avatar myself, and with a picture of art sample of me in math class, I can have math manipulatives everywhere, positive quotes. So Bitmoji is very diverse, and it provides a plethora of styles and pictures to incorporate into your virtual classroom space. And this actual slide, it is a Google. I created it through Google Slides. And every picture of decoration that you see, I got it off of the web base. I got it off the web. But we will get further into that in a minute. So now we're going to take time and create a virtual classroom space. So this is my whole group space. With my whole group space, I might download a whole group video here that will play in the background. Or if I'm talking about the letter A this week, I might have the letter A song playing here before I get into my big experiences. And so now we have made it to the blank slide, which I will show you how to create a slide to build your virtual classroom. So first, you probably don't want a white background on the back. You see how I have the wall and the panel flooring? I can show you how to do that. So you create a new slide. You always start off with the slide blank. Next, you want to go to insert at the top, image. You can upload it from your computer or search the web. I always search the web. However, when you search the web, it is imperative that you insert transparent in front of whatever you are looking for. You have to type in transparent. Transparent will allow the decorations to align properly and nothing will overlap. So transparent, I'll say transparent classroom. So on this side, it provides you different images of the different classrooms that they have. I say, oh, I like that chalkboard. So I'll select it and I click insert and it'll pop up on your screen. Okay, what if I say, okay, that's too plain, I want to add something else? You do the same step. Insert, image, search the web, and make sure whatever you search for, you look for it with transparent in front of it. So I will type in transparent desk. Let's see how that pops up. Insert, I touch it, click it, and make sure you hit insert, and it pops up as well. With that, you are able to make it as small or big as you like. So I'm gonna put my desk on the side over here. So with creating your virtual classroom space, it is up to you how creative you would like to be in creating your space. And when creating your space, the key idea is to ensure that you place transparent in front of whatever information that you are looking for. Also, if you would like to add text or print to your slide, you simply insert, you go to text box, and you draw a text box on the feature that you want to create, and you simply type your message here. And you can change the colors through the text color. I'll do white. And I want my welcome sign to be bigger. So you simply increase the size of your font. Now what if you say, well, I want a welcome video on my slide? You can arrange it however you like. So to have your welcome video, you go to insert, select video, and YouTube pops up first. So let me see. Welcome song. Okay, so you select whichever image you want and click select at the bottom left. It lights up blue. Select, and you can arrange that as big as small as you like. And I'm gonna just put mine on top. I'm gonna put mine in the corner so it can be as a screen, look like if we have make it as a projector screen, or you can simply add a transparent screen behind the video, and that's it. Only thing about creating a virtual classroom space that it might be time consuming, but it's all up to you of how you want your decorated room to be and how you want it to look. So I will go back to one of my class meetings and show you the meeting put together. So I have a mock first day meeting, which I played around with before my students arrived. So I will click on it, click on the meeting that was assigned to me, and at the top right, you see here, I don't have to put in a code or anything. I am the organizer, or if I was an attendee, you'll simply click join. So you see here at the bottom, you have the video option here, on and off, and you have the audio option here, on or off. So for the purpose of this presentation, I'm gonna make sure they both are off, and I'm simply join now. So these are the same steps that the students or the attendees will follow. However, you are the presenter and you want your virtual classroom to show up on your student side. The thing about Microsoft Teams is that it's basically a video chat platform, so you can see your kids or your students through video or audio. But as an educator, you have the option for the open share tray, which you can share your virtual classroom that you created utilizing Google Slides while incorporating your Bitmoji. And you do that here. And you simply click the rectangle with the arrow pointing up, and that is called the open share tray. With the open share tray, all your screens that you have provided is at the bottom of the tab. So you have the desktop window, PowerPoint. So I want to do the screen share, but I don't want to share my entire screen. If you have it open in another browser, I have Chrome tab. So I will go to Chrome tab, and I will share pre-K to virtual classroom Google Slides. Share. And make sure you always view it to present. And as you can see, this is what pops up on the attendees tab. The attendees will see your virtual classroom. However, I did not cut my audio all the way on. I did not cut my audio on. So you have to ensure, in order for the attendees to hear you, you have to make sure you go out and you turn on the sound feature. Once you share it, you have to turn on the sound feature. So if you would please remember the evaluation/feedback. Here is the survey for the evaluation and feedback. There is a direct link, or you can complete it as a printout document. And I thank you for taking time to review virtual teaching and learning through diverse platforms.